You know, it's really, really funny that we all talk about how bad of a coach Doug Pedersen's going to be, or how bad we think he's going to coach, and all this other nonsense. And I don't know. I don't see why we all talk like that as much as we do. I mean, none of us are head coaches. None of us have done any coaching on a professional level that are on here. I mean, maybe some of you have, whether it's being a high school coach or, whether you're coaching your kid's soccer team. But most of us here that complain on YouTube and complain on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff, most of us have no idea what a head coach is and what do they do. And I like to say that we're a bunch of TV head coaches, or we're couch coaches, or we sit in the couch and we know that we can run the offense better than, or we can run the game better than they could, and that's obviously not the case. So before all of you start just destroying Doug Pedersen, give the guy a chance. I mean, I'm obviously not giving him the chance. I'm still just as mad as anybody else that we didn't get a better coach, in my opinion. But it's been said 1,000 times before. This is who we have. This is what we're gonna do. And so, breaking down Doug Pedersen's career, you didn't have one. You didn't have one really. I read some things about him the other day. I think he has 14 years in the NFL. Quarterbacks on the Packers, the Eagles, and I don't know who the other team was. It's irrelevant. He hasn't done anything really that special besides a couple games where I think he kicked field goals or something. I was reading on the Eagles app. But then once he got done with football, he went to coach a high school football team for I think 4 years before he came in, before Andy Reid brought him to the Eagles to be the quality control coach. And even I feel like even Doug Pedersen doesn't even know what that position is. But whatever the case was, he was a wide receiver coach, and obviously he was the offensive coordinator with Andy Reid in Kansas City for the past 3 years, and they had some sort of success. So I don't really see or understand why we would have went for him. The only thing I can see is because he was an Eagle, and a lot of people are talking about, Ron Jaworski being the reason why we chose him, and people are saying Andy Reid's the reason why we chose him, and we're giving him all these recommendations and how he has all these accommodations and everything. And just my thought is, like, Jeffrey Lurie, why aren't you picking head coaches based off of what you want, not what other people want? If you wanted Tom Coughlin, you could have went and got him. You have money. It's not like you don't. You could have went out and be like, Coughlin, I want you. Honestly, Coughlin probably got a whiff of us hiring Doug Pedersen, or talking, because the fact that you were talking to Andy Reid and Jaws about it, and he probably got a whiff of it, and he was probably like, I'm done. I don't want to do this if you guys aren't completely committed to me. And that's the kind of guy Coughlin is, I think. But anyway, my 3 biggest concerns going into this season, obviously the first one, the 4 concerns, obviously the first one was the coaching situation, and that's all taken care of. They definitely have to clean up on their other, lesser staff. I think we're going to get I think we have a new offensive coordinator coming in, and, obviously I really hope we get a better defensive coordinator. Please fire Billy Davis. Like I said, the first problem I see is the quarterback position. That seems to be the main question mark going into the 2016 season, and it's whether Doug Pedersen wants to keep Bradford and Sanchez, or does he want to go for someone in the draft? Now, I think we're getting rid of Sanchez. I don't think he belongs in this. Not that he doesn't belong in the team, but he's just not. He's not for this team. And I've said it 1,000 times before. you guys either have to look at the fact that Sam Bradford, obviously, it's going to be a slower offense. He's not going to be getting hurt as much. He's not going to be getting, he's not going to be going pound per pound, these 30-second plays every single time he's on the field. But he's been injured for most of his career in St. Louis. So, durability, longevity are a main concern of mine when it comes to the quarterback position. And I believe because we have a new coach, we obviously need to go get a new quarterback. It's whether we get we had one. We had Matt Barkley, the kid from USC. He was young, he was talented, but they just decided to get rid of him because they didn't want him anymore. Just because we have Sanchez and Bradford, Chip Kelly thought that was a good idea. At this point, I'd rather have E.J. Manuel or I don't even know, Brian Hoyer at this point instead of Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford has games where he looks good and then games where he looks like crap. And that's not what we need. We need a guy that's consistent every single day. A guy, I don't know. There's a lot of players out there that, are very, very decent at their job, but they're not excellent. They're not the Tom Brady's. They're not the Peyton Mannings, the Carson Palmers at their job. So, you look at guys. Excuse me. You look at guys like, Blake Bortles, who had a really good career in Jacksonville this year. Obviously, I wish they would have went farther, but it sucks. But that's what happens. Tyrod Taylor for the Buffalo Bills, very, very good mobile quarterback, and I think that's what we need. We don't need this nonsense, fast-paced offense. We just need good players like that. There's one player that's escaping my mind that I would wish we'd have on our team and as a quarterback, and I just forgot his name. It's a little late right now. I just what the heck is whatever this situation is. He's a very good quarterback, throws for over 200 yards a game. He's very consistent, and oh man, that sucks. Whatever the case was. The second main focus, obviously, is our defense. Nobody knows what's going on. Obviously, you've seen anyone that's watched the Eagles this year knows that it's one day they show up and one day they don't. So I believe we need to sign a couple extra guys, get a new defensive coordinator in there, and enough of this nonsense where we're keeping our free safeties and our DBs 15 yards off the receiver. Like, get up close on him, obviously. And I feel like we need to blitz a lot more this coming year. I feel like we need to blitz and get our linemen and get our extra free safety on that line and after the quarterback. I don't care if you're Tom Brady. I don't care if you're Peyton Manning. If you don't have the time to react to the ball before we can get to you, you're going to mess up at some point, and that's a big thing we need to work on. I don't think we had many sacks this year compared to recent years, so that's a huge concern for me. I feel like we need to stop going 10, 15 yards off the line, because if you think about it, you put our linebackers 3 to 4 yards behind all of our line guys. If you get them right on the line, that's 3 yards they don't need to run to get to the quarterback. And everyone's saying, well, it's only 3 yards, it's only 4 yards, it's not a big deal. It is when it comes to that. It might only be a 2-second swing, but 2 seconds in the NFL can seem like a lifetime. And you got guys like Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers who are just animals at running in circles all around you. And then you got guys like Cam Newton and all these mobile quarterbacks where our guys are so spread out and so far in the backfield on a 3rd and 10 that they can just run it in. Hell, I've seen it this year. I've seen slow quarterbacks run. I've seen Tom Brady rush the football so many times against us, and he's a horrible runner. I've seen Cam Newton do it against us. I've seen it so many damn times, and that's a big thing. So I don't understand the point of it, but the third biggest thing to me is to get rid of this nonsense, fast-paced offensive scheme. enough of the 30-second plays. Obviously, we're not going to be doing that. It's not how it's going to work. Obviously, we're not going to be doing, one play every 22 seconds. We're going to slow it down. We're going to go back to the old way that Andy Reid used to teach. Andy Reid used to do it and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens there. But we're obviously the more all these stupid. I watch all these stupid analysts and all these things. No shit that the defense is going to get worn out after so many years. That's just how it works. The defense, of course, is going to get worn out from doing, as being as fast as of an offense because our defense is out there for so much. And I believe if you slow the offense down, the defense is going to play better. And you slow the offensive down, the defense has more time to be, off the field and get better. They get gassed. They got gassed so many times. They got beat by so many teams. When we played Tampa Bay and Detroit, we got completely obliterated. And honestly, if we were, if our defense had better time, I think we would have been better. But enough on that. Doug Pedersen arrived as of today, I think, in Philadelphia. So welcome, Doug Pedersen. Do your thing. Have a good time. Like I said in my last video, do your grind, have fun. Really explain to your players that we need people. We need you guys to step up and play your game. And as I say in every other video, go Birds, and we'll see you guys later.